Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are going to get started in around 3 minutes. So you'll want to be looking at your computer. So you want to go to the link. Starting around 2 minutes, just as a heads up, and we're going to record the call as well. Do we have Liliana on the call yet? I don't know if she. What about Laura Lee? Are you on? Okay. May just be me presenting then. We are going to give it one more minute, and then we will get started, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, this is Liliana.
Hey, Liliana. How's it going?
Doing good.
All
Is
right.
the call start?
No, we were waiting on you. No, we're going to get
really?
started in just a minute.
Okay, so I didn't know I'm the first one. Okay.
No. I'm going to do a quick presentation, and then we'll go to you. So you're good until 10:30 my time, 11:30 your time. Is that right?
Yeah, 11:45.
Okay, so we got some time. Okay.
Yeah.
We got some time. All right. All right. Well, tell you what, we are going to go ahead and get started. Okay. So again, good morning. Today is the 15th of November, 2018. This is our last Showtalk call of the year. We've got two specific topics we're going to cover today. Number one, we're going to go over trends for 2019. I was just at the NAR, National Association of Realtors Conference in Boston, and again, we'll share some of the things that we've gotten from that. I think you'll find pretty eye-opening. And then one of the things that I sat through a session there that I wanted to share with you guys was how to use video. And again, video is a hot topic there, and we've got Laura Lee Brown from our Charleston location, and then Liliana Ward from Tampa, who are both probably using video more than anyone else in the system. And so they will kind of explain how they're using it and answer questions. So I'm going to go ahead. So the NAR, the National Association of Realtors Show, it's the largest real estate conference in the country. We've gone before as exhibitors. I've never really gone as an attendee. So I spent several days, spent 3 days at the conference walking the show. They have a giant trade show. So I'll talk to you about some of the vendors and some of the key things that I saw. But a lot of good content. And so if it's ever near where you live, I think it's a good thing just to go. I don't know if it's something you'd want to go every year, but I think there's definitely some interesting things to get an idea of what's happening in the market. So the chief economist for NAR is a guy named Lawrence Yoon. And again, if you don't follow him on Twitter, he's a good one to get information from. Really solid information you can learn about what's going on. But his big message is that there's going to be stable growth in 2019. There's no housing bubble. I know that's a big concern people have had for a while, but he doesn't see that happening. There's a lot of differences between the economy now and 2007. He's looking at 6 million new and existing home sales by the end of the year 2018, and slightly more than that for the next 2 years. So he sees the market as fairly flat, but not a bubble. Home prices will see modest growth, about 4.7% this year, a little less in the next 2 years. But again, it's not bottoming out, but it's also not going to skyrocket. And really, the economy remains fundamentally sound. So the mortgage quality is high. There still will be some inventory shortages in some markets, but that's definitely easing up. But you don't see any of the overbuilding that characterized the run-up to the recession that we had, 10 years ago. If you look at national existing home sales, not a big drop in 18, and you can see, 2005 when Burt bought the company to the recession to now, we're still not back at that 05 level, but we're also fairly steady if you look at it over the last 4 or 5 years. And I think one of the promising things, we're seeing more inventory. And after clearly from 2011 till now, you see kind of a declining trend, but over the last couple of months, especially, I think most of you have seen increases, especially at the high end. So, follow the money. Where are the marketing segments going? I will say one thing. Home staging, when I first went to this conference and we were trying to sell franchises, I think I went like 8 years ago, and there was quite a bit of resistance. It wasn't as accepted. Now, talking to a number of people at the show, it's pretty much expected that you're going to stage your property, and it's not even a debate anymore. So I saw that as a kind of a major difference between now and 10 years ago. So, this presentation, the first thing they talked about, and I'll share this full deck with you guys, but they started with design, and again, I think that's a good thing. Paint colors of the year, you hear about Sherwin-Williams, since that's our, one of our main vendors. Cavern clay, I know Sherwin-Williams did a presentation at conference, and that Southwest look. But, the reality is most of these major paint vendors have a color of the year. So Benjamin Moore, if you've seen that one, is Metropolitan. You see blues with Bear and, I guess, HGTV division of Sherwin-Williams. So they're saying blues are back, and then Dutch Boy and PPG both have green. So that was one of the things, that blues and greens are back. Also, an interior design trend was black. So after seeing, white everything for many years, they're saying that black is going to be kind of a visual statement in both shiny and matte finishes. Interior design trends, terracotta, that warm look. Grays, which I don't know if that's a new trend, but that just neutral colors I think are going to continue to be popular around the country. Southwest designs, so for Santa Fe, that's not a change, but I think they're saying you're going to start seeing that in all parts of the country. And then terrazzo, so I think everyone remembers, well, those old enough may remember it as flooring in the 80s, but it's going to be the in material to replace marble in 2019, which I didn't realize they were making terrazzo things. Natural materials, finding design, bringing things from the outdoor indoors. Again, you're starting to see rattan and other types of natural fibers. And that's kind of a high-level overview on the design trend. So again, I'm going through this quickly, but you can go through my deck and the main deck I'll share as well. So a big trend is obviously international buyers. There's a lot of conversation about that, and so that has really grown. China is huge. And I know a lot of you guys, especially in California, you're seeing a lot of investors, but it's beyond just China. It's Canada, the UK, even India and Mexico. I know Florida franchisees see a lot of international buyers from Latin America. And again, around 75% of those are cash deals. And so we're actually changing some of the settings in FranMan, which we did not have international, an ability to have international addresses and contact information. So we're making a change to that actually right now because we realize it. This is just give you this. I know this is a super long URL, but if you want to get data on where international buyers are buying, you click on that link and it can give you a lot of data as far as the countries in your specific state or market, where they're working, etc. So that may be something to look at. And you may have a situation where you need to, I know in California there talks about hiring salespeople who can speak Mandarin. So you may want, in Florida, there are parts where you definitely need to speak Spanish. So I think you're going to have your finger on the pulse of what's going on in your specific market as far as international goes. One thing is called WhatsApp if you're going to work on the international side. This is a free app that you can add to your phone. It's phone calls, FaceTime. It's all free. I've got a daughter doing study abroad in Italy, and she called me earlier. We had a FaceTime for a few minutes, and again without a cost. So they're talking about adding your WhatsApp number to your signature and of your emails and just sharing that on a regular basis. So if you don't have WhatsApp, I would suggest you pull it up on your phone, and you can get it on any iPhone or Android product. Another trend that we looked at was short-term rentals, Airbnb, VRBO, lots of talk about that. That's clearly exploding. I know some of you have done a little bit of staging, but again, part of this call, and one reason I wanted to share a lot of this is you should be doing your 2019 planning. And so, do you have a strategy for Airbnb and VRBO? And again, VRBO is also big. Airbnb is probably the big one, but I think there's a big opportunity for staging and just work. It could be rentals, whatever you want to call it. But this is taking major market share away in a lot of areas from hotels, and it's going to continue to grow. And I think there could be opportunity in that in 2019. So this one, I'm still wrapping my head around, and you may wonder how does this relate to us? But electric cars in the next 5-10 years, they're saying, I know we may not accept that it's going to happen, but this thing is about to blow up, and it's going to have major ramifications. So they gave an example in Boston. Instead of having all these garages downtown for cars, you're not going to need those, because all these cars at night, they're going to go to park in off-site 10 miles away. And so those parking garages are going to turn into cool urban living spaces. And the same thing with these giant malls that we had, those are going to go away, and there's going to be a different kind of outdoor shopping centers, but all those giant parking lots are going to go away. And it just goes down the line. But it also is going to affect, you're not going to need 2-car garages, because people aren't going to have multiple cars. So those garages can turn into storage, so you won't need storage units. So between driverless cars, scooters, it's going to have ramifications through all kinds of different industries. And it's going to affect us as well. And so it's still kind of bizarre to me to think of driverless cars, but I think it's going to be here sooner than we can expect. So that's just something I thought was kind of mind-blowing and kind of interesting. So as far as the vendor side, the big thing that I saw was 3D virtual tours. Matterport, if you've not seen Matterport, you probably need to get up to speed with what's going on and understand what's happening. I think the first time I bought a house in the 80s, I was very young, and the old school realtor with the Cadillac smoking cigarettes, and you're like a virtual captive for 8 hours. So that's gone from that to having lots of cool pictures on Realtor.com and online, but it's really going to move beyond that into a different experience where people are going to have interactive 3D and virtual reality experiences with the glasses. You can make these 3D tours, which used to be thousands of dollars. You can get one of these Matterport cameras. You can get them on eBay. They're telling me for around $1,200 new. They range from $1,600 to $2,500. But one of those cameras and an iPad, you can do a complete virtual reality 360 tour in around 30 minutes. And again, multiple levels, so you can have an idea of what the entire space looks like. You can have a cool room like this, and you can go outside, look around, see what the view looks like. I mean, people are in England are buying houses in Texas without ever going to them, because they're going through a 3D experience like this. And they also will create the floor plans, and floor plans are actually more accurate in a lot of ways than what the builder may share as well. And so that's again another thing to look at. Another thing that that was discussed, there's a thing called Roomy, which I don't know if you guys are aware of. That is a partnership that Matterport has. They do virtual staging. I know, a lot of times we think virtual staging is cheesy and we don't take it seriously, but you're doing your planning for 2019 and you do a SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. And I think you could see this as an opportunity and a threat. Again, they're saying it's going to continue to get better quality. I think reality, it's not going to replace what we do, but it's going to, continue to get bigger and bigger. And you don't believe that, I mean, this company, Romy, they work with Amazon, House, and Wayfair to do this kind of stuff. And so, I don't know, it could be, you could start offering 3D or virtual reality. I don't know, it's just a thought, but it's something you should have on your radar screen. That it's, again, I think we kind of brush it off as not being serious, but it's going to continue to get bigger. It's what the experts are saying. All right, so I'm going to shift gears at this point. Talk about using video in your business. That was probably, you know, besides the 3D Matterport stuff, video is the hot thing right now. Again, one of the questions is, why should you use it? And part of it it's been extremely expensive. I can't afford to do it. But you know, the reality is, if you have an iPhone or, you know, a nice Droid with a camera, you can produce really good quality stuff without much expense to it at all. And there's a State of Social Video report that came out that, you know, again, why you should do this. 93% of businesses say they gain new customers due to video on social media. 69% of marketers have made more videos in-house in 2018 than 2017. And 73% of businesses create at least 2 videos per month for some form of marketing. And as I look at it, I don't think we have more than 2 or 3 that are franchisees who are creating 2 videos per month. So as you think about 2019, I think you really need to think through on video, what's your strategy going to be, and you know, how do you create more, and how do you get started? And so we'll share some of that today. And you know, videos, it's consumers' #1 favorite type of content to see from on social media. So it's by far, it's the #1 way that people discover brands through is video. It's higher than recommendations from friends, from Facebook, sponsors, influencer posts. You know, I know we love Joanna Gaines and the Fixer Upper people, but the reality is video is bigger than that. And so if you don't have that as a strategy, I think you're behind the wave that's happening. 50% of online videos account, or online video now accounts for 50% of all mobile traffic. So I could throw lots of stats, and I know that, you know, the feedback could be, I have enough to do. Is this something else I can add to my plate? Well, I think you need to have it as something you're going to want to look at having as part of your strategy ongoing, because this is going to drive business to you. So this is BombBomb, the company. Actually, Laura Lee told me about this like a year ago, and she's been using this. And this was a major presence at the show. And again, it's a way you can create video emails. And I know Laura Lee will talk to you about this in a little while, but I sent an email reminder yesterday, and I included actually a video Laura Lee had done recently with that, you know, message to realtors that she sent out. And it's personal, one-on-one, but you know, it's a simple way where you can, you know, share video. You can share it on social. It can do the screen recording. You know, you can use your computer for it. You can include lead capture forms. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it. But you know, bottom line is there's a lot of stats showing that it gets you more repeat referrals and how it converts more leads. So again, I'll have Laura Lee share more with it. But if you haven't looked at BombBomb, check it out. It has a free 15 or 30-day trial. But again, that's a technology that we see is becoming bigger and bigger. I'm not going to show all the videos, and I don't think it would show that well. Here's a lady in California who was she was a newscaster, and again, this is using BombBomb. I'm not going to show all these, but here's Laura Lee. You can see after conference, she shared her video, her awards that she won. You can see the number of people that she reached. And so, again, BombBomb is one thing that can be part of it. Next thing, and something Liliana will talk about when I'm done with my presentation, is live streaming. And so Facebook Live is really becoming popular. I know Liliana does that at a lot of open houses, and she'll share the video with other realtors, and she gets, you know, quite a bit of attention from that. But you know, Facebook's the big one, but YouTube has a live streaming service, Instagram. Again, those are some you should look at and and experiment with. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to do a Facebook Live, and you get notification. I'm sure you guys may have seen it that, you know, Liliana and or Show Homes Tampa is live, and it makes you want to click on it. And so I think it's something to consider. And so I've got a couple of examples that you can see, and then again, this is, again, I'm not going to show you the whole video. You can see it when I send out the presentation, but you may want to just go to some of the Facebook, you know, go check out Show Homes Charleston, Show Homes Tampa, and some of the triad with Nancy Jones. She does those as well, and kind of get an idea of how they're doing and what it looks like. So if you look at, again, where major dollars are being spent, this is digital video ad spend. You can see from 18 to 19, I mean, you're talking huge increase, 50%. It's about to skyrocket. And, you know, you've heard me talk about Gary Vaynerchuk, saying how, you know, people are going to move, the Coca-Cola and Fords are going to move from spending money on big networks, you know, instead of spending money on Guiding Light and on Monday Night Football, they're going to move to this channel. And so these prices are going to go up probably pretty dramatically. So this is like the golden time to be advertising online before prices go up. And so as you're looking at your budget, I mean, I would look at Facebook video ads would be one, Google, both for, you know, their Google display ads as well as Google AdWords for also for YouTube. And then Instagram, again, those are really the big ones. Facebook clearly is the 800-pound gorilla. Google is also very popular, but Instagram is really getting popular as well. And again, some of these things you can boost a video for $10, $20. I mean, it's not like you're spending thousands of dollars a month, but unless you want to. But again, you know, there's lots of ways you can track, you know, viewers and number of people you reach. So there's a lot of statistics to show you the ROI you're getting out of it. So what tools will you need? Honestly, you can use a really nice cell phone or smartphone, whatever you want to call it. You know, the iPhone X, you know, iPhones are awesome. I think probably 80% of you are probably using an iPhone, but if you don't have the newest one, you may want to upgrade. The other one, you know, for the Android users out there, Pixel 3, that's a Google product. I've got that, and best phone I've ever had. They offer just tremendous video capabilities as well. They're really, really close, I mean, between the two. But again, Samsung makes a good product. You know, most of them are pretty high quality. But again, I would recommend that, number one. Next thing, and this is one of the presenters I saw, this seemed kind of simple, but a selfie stick. I know this seems, you may think this is cheesy, you're taking selfies, but this can be a really great way to stabilize the camera and to use this as a way to use a video in a much higher level. You know, some of the videos I see, and it's okay that they can be a little shaky, and but I think we can improve the quality of our videos with some simple tools. That's one thing, is a basic selfie stick, and this is the one that's called Kinu, and I've seen this as low as $5.99, but this is just a basic tripod it works on iPhones. I think you can get other ones, but again, that's another simple basic tool. That you can get that on Amazon, I think at Best Buy. There are also some mobile editing programs that are really powerful to where you can make your videos, you know, more professional. There's a thing called Splice, where, you know, again, I think this is for iPhone or iPad only. Video Shop can work for iPhone or Google Play, and again, Splice for Video Shop are both tools you may want to consider. You can do titles and effects, and again, I think we can make our mobile videos look much more professional and look like the quality of professionally created ones. And, you know, if you want to create professional ones, that's great as well. Again, we're seeing prices come down, but again, you can get into quite a bit of expense when you're creating those. If you don't want to get into a lot of video on your own, there's a thing called Wave Video that I saw at the conference where you have access to 200 million stock video clips, and literally within minutes you can create something that looks really slick. Again, they've got videos for real estate and all kinds of those things that you see normally with drones or helicopters with pans of cities, and again, it has all the special effects, so that's kind of cool. So, well, that is my presentation. So, again, wanted to share some of the things I'd learned at NAR, some of the things on video that I thought you'd find interesting. So, but at this point, why don't we transition to our panel? So, Liliana, I know you've got to leave in a couple of minutes. Why don't we start with you? So, Liliana, why don't you walk us through what you're doing with video with Show Homes Tampa and kind of how it's working and maybe some of the results you're getting. So could you give us a quick overview?
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Actually, I'm not doing myself. The designers, they're doing all the jobs. So thank you for taking all the glory. But it's not me. So they're doing everything, and they do everything with their phone. So it's a very simple process. And one of the things why you're using video, and it's a part of the process to do a video after each staging job, is that once we get the realtor involved, once we tag the realtor on our video, they receive the notification, the tag, and their people, their friends, realtors likes the post, and the office likes the post. And so this is the way that you can get viral and had more exposure to the realtor's friends, realtor's office. Another point is that they will appreciate this service, like in the moment you sell the job. This is a value you bring on the table. Say not only I'm staging your house, taking professional photography, but I also put your house on my group that is over 1,000 people or more. So we share your house for sale and with pictures and everything, and other realtors may see it, and who knows, you may got a buyer from our video. So they really appreciate this twist. And we had a problem with the phone, and once one of our designers didn't do it, I received a call, where is my video? So they are looking for that. Make sense so far?
No,
yeah.
No, it does.
Yeah, so keep it simple. So if we want to be perfect, I'm not perfectionist. I'm keep going. So if you want to be perfect, you'll never get this done. I noticed that spontaneity, we get more likes and more following when it's some kind of spontaneity in the video. Something that make a mistake, stumble. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Just be yourself and make it fun. Let's show around the house. One point would be try to keep under 2 minutes. We didn't know that. We just found out that if the video is more than 2 minutes, it's less likely to be shown to more people. So take note of that. Don't go very fast with the camera. Go pretty steady and show the features and make it like more like a commercial for the house. Come and see this house and buy this house, because will get the realtor love you, and other realtors will see that and say, wow, they are promoting my house. So not necessarily we have to promote yourself. They know it's us. You put in the text, we stage this house, beautiful house, the name of the realtor, the name of the brokerage company. They are coming with price list, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, whatever features that home is, and come and see it and buy it. So it's about them. It's not about us.
Okay. Awesome.
So this is the main point. It takes a lot of consistency. So if you do it just once in a while, you don't get anything. So you have to commit to do it every time. So every staging, every redesign, everything you do, you have to put it out there. All our 3 designers are amazing. So they love it. They do it every time. I enjoy seeing them, and all other people enjoy seeing them as well. And they're happy and showing and make fun. And this is very important. And also, sometimes mix it up with pictures like before and after. Oh, I just finished the job, like how it look at and how it looks right now. We are trying to figure out a way, like one of the new trends that is way ahead of this are the podcasters. So to put the videos out with interviews. So this is a new trend that we may want to look like. Facebook, it's really fast evolving and all the time changing the rules. Like last year, we spent a lot of money in ads, Facebook ads. Now we are not spending anything on Facebook ads because they're useless. So they don't bring anything. So it's not worth to spend the money in Facebook ads. The involvement. Sorry, you said something?
No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying the involvement with the videos brings much more results than a paid Facebook ad. Anybody has any question?
Yes, Liliana. Do you use Instagram for your videos at all?
I don't know what my girl's using. I know that Facebook is connected with Instagram, so I know when we put a post in Facebook, we go on Instagram as well. Instagram is an upcoming. We're definitely looking to develop more on Instagram. So great questions, and we'll be soon very present in Instagram and get more power of that. A lot of people are going toward that direction. Correct.
All right. Other questions for Liliana? Okay. Awesome. So, Laura, how about you? Can you walk us through what you've been doing on video and kind of how it's working? And
Absolutely.
Charleston?
Hey there. Yes. So I was introduced to BombBomb last spring. A friend of ours is a mortgage broker, and he began using it. Actually had sent us a video by email, and I thought, oh, this is really cool. So we looked into it. I did the trial, and then we signed up for a year subscription with BombBomb. And what that allows us to do is to do basically video emails. And we can do this like a large blast, and everyone sees the same video, or we can send it individually to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 agents. And I really like that I can do it on my phone and instantly upload it and get it back on my computer and do it. Last night we held an event for some agent fans that we have, and after I got home, I sent them all a video email thanking them for coming. So that was kind of cool. There's just a lot of ways that you can use it. And I have not done the Facebook Live videos, but after hearing Liliana, I really want to give that a try. But we're having a lot of success with BombBomb. We're able to see that they're opening the emails and watching the videos, and we've gotten a lot more engagement through the use of that instead of just a regular email blast.
What do you put in the videos usually when you send the emails? What is the title? What is the subject? What is the main subject?
Well, I don't know if you saw the one that Matt sent out in the video, and that was one that I just said, hey, here's the most important thing you need to know about staging. And so I think that, when people hear that, they think, okay, well, I need to know what the one most important thing is. So I think, you can use any topic. We try to promote our services, but then when we say a vacant property, we may send an email to that particular listing agent, and say, hey, Agent Smith, we saw your vacant listing on such and such street. Show Homes sold a house down the street last month. We'd love to be able to help you with that particular property. Let's set up a time to meet. It can be 20 or 30 seconds, but
nice.
People see the button to hit play, they want to hit play. I mean, it's just kind of the way we're programmed now with the technology and the smartphones, and we see that little arrow, we're more inclined to click. So it's kind of fun, and you do have to sort of like lose the perfection quality that Liliana was talking about. In fact, that video that you watched, I will admit to you, it took 48 tries. So I stood there for almost an hour trying to get that video perfect, and when I got, you know, as close as I could, I stopped. But you know, you kind of have to practice some, and then sometimes just let it go. People value the human element. Nobody's perfect, and so they kind of like it when you mess up or roll over your words. It makes it more interesting, you know, it makes it fun. So you just kind of have to lose that sense of perfection when you do these. But we've had a lot of fun with it, and I've enjoyed BombBomb because it's a really good platform for the videos.
So Laura Lee, I think one of the questions probably will be, how much is BombBomb? What's the cost like? Is it a monthly subscription, annual? You know off the top of your head?
I did the annual subscription. I think it was around $500. But I also got with that an email template they created for me. So I think you saw that with the email I sent out. There's a picture background with our logo. And so that was like a couple $100 value that they gave to me for free. So again, it's, if you look at it on an annualized basis, it's probably, you know, $40 or $50 a month. That's not too bad.
Okay. So one of the stats earlier that talked about doing, you know, you should be sending at least 2 videos a month. How many videos, Laura Lee, do you think you're sending out a month?
We're trying now to do one every week, every Friday.
1 week. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Kaylin and I are tag teaming, so she'll do one week and I'll do one the next. So you're not seeing the same person every week. We're having our Christmas party coming up in the beginning of December, and we're going to try to do some sort of cool video there, you know, and trying to get creative.
Yeah, awesome. So Cheryl Lynn Thomas in Kansas City asked the question, can we leverage the template Laura Lee already has for BombBomb? I don't know.
I'm not sure. That's a question for BombBomb, and I'm happy to reach out to my rep and see what we can work out, you know, as a company.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you can find out, I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
So Liliana, how many videos a month do you think you're doing? Or do you have a set schedule you try to do? Does it vary?
Very depends on how many jobs we have. So we have 10 jobs a month. We do 10 videos plus pictures plus any other I have posting in LinkedIn. So we do a mix of everything. But the idea is to be out there as much as possible. There are no limits.
So have you noticed specifically the phone ringing or any reaction when you send out the videos?
It's very difficult to monitor. It's very difficult to monitor that. I don't know.
Okay, well, you may want to look at just your Google Analytics to see if it affects your traffic on your website. Would be another thought. So anyway, all right. Well, why don't we open for Q&A? So again, Liliana and Laura Lee both are using video. They're using it in a little different way, but they both seem to be having some success. So who's got questions on video or anything else we've covered on the call so far? You've done too good a job of explaining. There are no questions. So, okay.
Oh, is anybody on the line? Or just 3 of us?
No, I think there are. There's just, I think we've overwhelmed this with content. So, awesome. Well,
hey, Matt,
all right.
Matt,
Yeah.
Chris, hey, question for Laura Lee, same kind of similar as Liliana. Have you gotten any calls specifically, or even contracts from any of your emails, the BombBomb emails you sent out?
It's interesting that you should ask that because I was kind of asking myself that. I think we're not necessarily, I mean, we are using it to prospect, but I think we're also using it just to, do something different and have our name top of mind. For our realtor fans, we definitely see them opening it every time. So they're looking for it almost and watching it. So we already know we have them on our corner or in our corner. I need to do a better job monitoring that with our marketing team in terms of the videos that have been opened by whom, and then the calls that we're receiving and the prospects that we're, working on if there's some, link there. So good question, and I'm sorry I have a firm answer for you.
Yeah, and I was curious which, if between Instagram and Facebook or even LinkedIn, which one gets you the most likes or most interaction?
Mm-hmm. Well, the BombBombs go out through email, but then we can also take those BombBomb videos and upload them to social media. And we probably need to do a better job to make sure we're getting them out on all mediums. I think we've really been focused on the email, and we probably need to do a better job getting it on the social media platforms also.
Okay. Any other questions for Laura Lee or Liliana? All right, well, very good. So, again, this is our last call of the year. The third Thursday in December is on December 20th. So we don't think many people would be on that call. But any other questions or feedback before you break on any other topic you'd like to share or ask?
I would like to say one little thing about BombBomb. If you go onto their website, they have a lot of really great training tools and information. In fact, we all sat down and did like a 1 hour, it was a pre-recorded training session, and it was really, really, really good. But they have a lot of those trainings that you can watch and learn and better understand why and how to use it. So I would encourage you, if you're interested in BombBomb, to go on and look at some of those videos, because it really does help you understand not only how to use it, but also why and how to loosen up and that kind of thing. So
that's great to know. So I'd say over the next couple of months, as business starts to our typical slowdown, when you have a little more time than normal, take some time and test out BombBomb. I mean, it's free for the first I don't know, for 15, 30 days. Facebook Live, maybe do a test run with that, and check out Instagram and YouTube, and look at all those different options, and maybe put together some things to kick off 2019. And again, if you have questions, you can definitely let us know, and I'm sure Worley and Liliana also would be open to questions as well. So, all right, guys. Well, again, we are, I guess, out of time, but I appreciate your Liliana and Laura Lee's help, and thank you guys for your time. And again, if we don't talk, have a great Thanksgiving and rest of the holiday. Talk to you soon.